G'day folks. Here, I'll give you the look before we start. I was waiting on AV mounts. So I got my AV mounts in there. They were rotting out from sitting on the floor, I guess. This was brand new. I don't know if you see it there. 1985. Brand spanking new. Tag is still. There was no. The chain case cover was never off. I painted it because it was all chipped off from just sitting. That was never off. The original bar was never off it until I got it. I got it 3 weeks ago, and I just aesthetically made it good. Checked it over mechanically. She's brand new. 1985. This is brand spanking new right here. I pulled the muffler off, sanded it down because it was rusted up from sitting around. You should see the piston in this saw. It has, I bet you it doesn't have 1,000 strokes on it. It's crazy. Craziness. Brand new 1985. So, we got a Dolmar 110 it is. I was all horny. I thought I had a 120 lined up, eh? I was all excited, man, but she was only a 110. I took her anyway. $100. That's what I got it for. And only thing I had to do was push the fuel line grommet back into the tank. So I'm not even going to choke it. Watch this. One pull. Oh, I had it off. There, that don't count. I muffler modded it too. I took most of that bath letter there, so I had muffler modded. That's just a given. You let her get warm and then we'll play with it. Dead. Yeah, I like that. Oh, well, I can't say I like it. That's the first time I run it. So she runs, she goes. Turn the idle up. See it. I think the toner driver I brought out's a little bit too big. Turn my idle up, but that's goddamn well dandy, man. Plastic, everything. Paint's a little sticky right now, right? First one. Gotta wipe off. Look at that thing. Huh? Brand new. Brand new. Nothing wrong with that thing, man. Yeah, I doubt it's got 4 hours on it, maybe, not even. Okay, that's the Dolmar we got going. I got a story for you. Come on over here, let's tell it over here. Because you're going to need some big wood. So, told you this Saturday, but it was in the middle of shit and things were loud. I don't know if you picked it up. I was boring out these carburetors, dremeling them out, because I want it bigger than 372, right? So, first one I did, I was tinkering around. I had a fuel leak with my saw, so I was frigging with it, and I picked it up in the middle of the night, and my throttle wouldn't go in, it was bound up. So I pulled the saw cover off. The butterfly that I dremeled out in the first carb let go in the middle. So the butterfly rod was in half. The butterfly was sitting inside my intake. Also, the screw was sitting there too. Right on the inside of my rubber of my intake when I took my carb off. So if I had took the saw and pulled on it, I'd have sucked that screw and butterfly right in there, and she'd have been done in the saw. got very, very lucky. So I did number 2. Number 2 ran pretty cool. That's the one I had over here. Yeah, that ran pretty cool, man. And then I made a number 3. I didn't take it as far as 1 and 2. 1 was the furthest. This one here. 1. Okay. So then I did number 3, and I didn't take it as far, right? I dressed it up, I shined it, I smoothed out dentures to my carb. That's pretty much it. They were 2 wild bros. I think it's something to do with the fuel jet in the wild bros that this don't work for. But it seems the aftermarket 620 coils, it does work for. Or that, okay, got confused there for a second. It works for it works for the aftermarket Chinese carbs. Okay, let's just put it that way. My wild bros didn't happen with the wild bros. So I took 4 carbs. Since the first carb is dremeled out, the most out of all of them is probably 1.5 of a 372's diameter in there. It's pretty goddamn big, and it seems to be. She's tuned oddly. I'll tell you that much. She's taking the fuel. And I took the rod out of number 3 carb and put it in number 1 carb, built number 1 carb over again, and this is it. This first run on the carb after rebuild of butterflies and all this other stuff. That was just, I really want this here to work, right? So that's why I was putting in last couple of days trying to get this done. I really want this here to work because when I spun it up the other day after the first taste of it, it's fucking amazing, man. I can't believe these saws are running like this. My Echo is just crazy, man. Okay, where do I put you? Right here, how about? Okay, yeah, we got about 20 minutes, man. I don't even got a full tank of fuel anyway, so I just want to get it up here, get a proven run on it. I started it, I let it get hot, all that there stuff. It never went hot on me. I think this is the final result of a week and a half of just playing with carbs. Goddamn real is I got her a little lean, eh? Little lean. Yeah, she starts first pull every time. I haven't even had a rig with my choke. Unreal. Listen to it, eh? She's putting out air, man, that's for sure. cats right there. Oh, as neat as the cats right there. I tagged some dirt in there somewhere. I'm starting to dull up. Had a nice sharpener on that too. Anyway, that's opened up Carb again. The remodel. Number 1 carb put with number 3 carb. You know, it took me 4 carbs to get this 1 carb at a experiment going. But it's worth it. Big time. Big time. That's not even leaned out. If I zing that up, man. Yeah. You guys see, yeah. We got some running to do with these things. This is awesome. So, I've got this here one up and running perfectly. And I've got my other one, my Echo. That thing is, the inside of the Echo, I don't even understand how it's still running, but it's wicked. Anyway, 460 Rancher like no other. Hope you enjoy it. Have a good one, folks. And I'll catch you. I'll be up with Echo later on to give you a look at that thing. Alright, adios.